If you've clicked on this video, you probably saw this game on your homepage and when I have no idea how to play this, or this video just randomly appeared and looked interesting to you. But that's besides the point. You're clearly interested in the core mechanics of this game, and that I shall give. In this video, I'll go over the following: hazards, patience, NPCs, Skinwalkers, and extra tips. Each of them have timestamps, so if you only came here for one of them, feel free to use them. Now let's get talking about them. Currently, the game only has 4 main NPCs, those being Ratu, Ron from accounting, Dr. Harlow, and Barney. Both Ratu and Ron act the same as patients, they just happen to have more lore. And Dr. Harlow is a simple tutorial character for the first few shifts. So that leaves Barney. Just because I don't want to spoil you the fun of finding his lore out yourself, I'll only speak of his mechanics. Every time he appears, he will ask for some coffee. If you give him coffee, he will thank you. However, coffee is a very useful resource, as it keeps your sanity high. Sanity will be explained later. So after you already know his lore, it's better to just reject him, as there really is no penalty for just shutting him away. Like shown in the background, he will just leave. He must have short-term memory loss, because the next time he comes back, he will just ask for coffee again as if nothing happened. Well, eventually, he will ask to hide with you, for reasons you will know later on. If you want a gift, you must accept and successfully hide him without snitching. If you do so, he will award you with a suitcase containing an extra coffee maker. This coffee maker helps a ton, so I recommend to not snitch on him ever. And that, my friend, concludes the NPCs part now. Let's get to the...
Man, I'm dead.
The patients in the game's words, animals, are easily the core mechanic in the game. You must first check them in, which will be explained more deeply in the Skinwalkers section. Then, after they have been checked in, they will be assigned to a random room, which you can see clearly in their dialogue. After they get to their room, you must first take their DNA, then insert it into the analyzer. After that, there will be a small cooldown. So feel free to go do some side quests while you wait. Now that the cooldown is over, we can go over to the PC to analyze what items the animal needs to be cured. In this case, it's ointment and bandages, which are both white items. So we gotta go over to the white shelf and grab them. After you grab them, you go back to the patient's room and give the patient the items needed. After some time, the patient will fully recover and leave, and boom, it's done. It's really no rocket science, simple as ever. I will note that patients can wait in their room forever, unless sometimes there can be events where an ambulance takes around 6 rushing patients to the hospital. Some of these may fall, making you have to quickly carry them to their room. It should be noted that this can also randomly happen to normal, non-running patients, but it is simply much more likely to happen to those rushing. And other patients may have the critical patient debuff, meaning they must be cured in X amount of time, or else they die, meaning you can't really waste your time. Thankfully, there are warnings on the side of your screen, so if something bad is happening, you don't have to keep track of it. Now let's talk about the custom rooms that patients may be assigned to. First, we have room 6, or as I like to call it, the Among Us Simon Says room. Pretty self-explanatory. Just activate the minigame and copy the sequence you are given, like shown in the footage. After the minigame is over, the patient will get X-rayed. From now on, it's the same as any other room. Just grab the items assigned to you. Then we have room 7. I don't have a name for this one. In this one, it's pretty similar to a normal room, besides some visual changes until... There's a heart minigame. It's pretty easy. All you have to do is click or tap the circles that have the hand and avoid the ones that have the skull icon. Each correct click or tap is rewarded with 5% completion to the minigame. Each bad one is punished with minus 10%. And after the minigame is over, you guessed it, it's the same as any other room. Now let's get to the last custom room, room 8, aka the surgery room. In this room, you will be tasked to put a patient to sleep. After, you must use all the items assigned to you with no mistakes within 45 seconds. This is really easy, but make sure not to confuse the antibiotics with the medicine, as they look super similar. You may be on a time limit, but you have more than plenty of time to work it, so don't rush things out. In the end of the surgery, 3 items will be assigned at once. This would be the part that I tell you that a monster could arise and put the patient in this room at risk, making you have to do a second surgery. But all the runs I did record never actually got those, so I didn't get any footage. But that's alright since it's pretty self-explanatory, and the game warns you in the side whenever it happens. Some patients may also come in burning. All you have to do is go get the fire extinguisher over at this wall and use it at them. I should probably also add that there's also a patient that just comes to the other wall and just kinda bangs their head there. You just kinda have to awkwardly stand there and ignore them, as interacting with them makes you lose quite a bit of sanity. They also block the shutters, so you can't activate those either for that short while. Eventually, the glass will break and they will leave you alone. I don't think there is a punishment for this, so this is the best choice if you don't want to lose sanity. I should probably mention that if the hospital reaches 3 patient deaths, you automatically lose. Well, that concludes the patient section, so it's about time I explain them. The Skinwalkers are some of the most important and annoying anomalies in the game. They are characterized by being fake patients, but there are many different types of Skinwalkers. There are some that only reveal their true appearance through cameras, some through the photo, and some are more obvious, being inconsistent straight away. The one being shown in the background has all 3 inconsistencies, making it a good example. All you have to do to prevent them is close the shutters, but with how often they really spawn, you're bound to let some in by accident. I don't have much footage of such, because I'm just pro like that. But if you cure one, it will reveal itself, and you must grab the taser and zap them before they get one of your patients, or even you. If one actually grabs you, you must quickly press you over and over. The longer you are held, the more sanity you will lose. And if you accidentally zap a normal patient thinking it was a Skinwalker, you will lose 15 sanity. However, the patient will not die. They will just faint unless it's their second time being zapped. If you do zap the Skinwalker, you gain a sanity. If a Skinwalker gets revealed, it will have a sound cue. Here, have a listen for yourself. This is why you must have a taser with you at all times. If I just so happened to not have it, my other patient would have been attacked. Upon tasing a Skinwalker, all walking patients will start running away. This is purely a visual change. I'd like to add here that at the ambulance event, whom I explained earlier, it is basically impossible to not get at least one Skinwalker, as they completely skip the check-in phase. Speaking of check-in phase, I'll add all the possible Skinwalker scenarios as a wall of text over here. Pause if you'd like to know all of them. The main NPCs that act like patients Ratu and Ron will never be Skinwalkers, so there is no need to check them. And that concludes the Skinwalker section, Jarvis. Get to the next section. Most hazards take away sanity. I should probably explain what it even is, as I said that word like 50 times already. The sanity is the health bar for this game. It is recommended to have 50 or more sanity at all times. If you run out of sanity, you die. Now that that's over with, let's get explaining the slime. Sometimes patients may leave some slime around whilst they walk. All you have to do is go near them and hold E. Slime is one of the few hazards that don't actually deplete sanity, rather just slowing you and patients down. Then we have the crazed patients. These often get confused to be Skinwalkers, but they are not Skinwalkers. Most will have this face or be constantly twitching. You should check them and treat them as normal patients, up until, upon almost being healed, they will begin a death ritual. You must clear all their candles out within 45 seconds, or else they will die. Each candle depletes 3 sanity, hence why I'm calling this a hazard. After all candles have been set off, the patient will become normal and just leave. It is also important to note that during the ritual, the door will take much longer to open, however. It is not really the end of the world. And also, this is really rare, but if a Skinwalker has a crazed face, it will act like a crazed patient, and upon being cured, they will actually not attack. I have no idea if this is intentional, but keep that in mind. Now let's talk about the stalker. The stalker randomly appears in a corner looking at the player. Upon looking directly at it, it will take away 10 sanity and disappear. It's important to note that the stalker is client-sided, meaning only you can see him whenever he appears. As you can see, my friend was extremely confused on what I was even talking about. The stalker is really not that bad, just takes away 10 sanity, meaning you really can't ever have 10 sanity or less, or you can just randomly die. Now let's talk about the ceiling. This one is the easiest, as you just have to not look up. If you do decide to look up, for some reason, you will quickly be dealt quick bursts of 5 sanity loss. So just don't do that, idiot. Then we have the bed monster. This one is also easy. All you have to do is not touch the red area. You can also hear breathing before you even enter the room, so it won't really surprise you. And if you don't want to deal with it, you can just grab some maple. And while you have it in your hand, give it to him. He will just drink it and then disappear. If you are stupid like me and forget to have it in your hand, it will grab you. Upon being grabbed, it will take away 10 sanity, and then deal bursts of 5 sanity as it pulls you in. You must spam holding E, and of course, it will disappear after you escape. If you do not escape in time, it will kill you. I actually don't have any footage of this, but it sometimes can also grab patients, making you do the same mini-game. Then we have an entity, or well, that's what the game calls them. They will first blend in with a wall, then, after you get close, chase after you. Most of the time, they just get stuck, and since they have a timer to catch up to you, they just vanish. But when they don't get stuck, they are actually pretty annoying. They appear so little that you basically never have to worry about them, though. Upon touching you, they will take away 10 sanity, which is really easy to avoid, so no worries here. Then we have the fires. Fires are pretty straightforward. Grab the extinguisher and go to the ROM indicated at the top of the screen. Then put it out. You can also put it out without the extinguisher, but it's much faster this way. Any patients that touch fire will automatically faint, and touching fire yourself will take away 3 sanity. Fires are probably the most annoying hazards. Besides Skinwalkers, those have a whole section to them. Phew, that's the end of this section. Let's finally get to the... My first tip is that at the shop, never buy items, but rather buy upgrades. This makes the shift go by much quicker. Second tip, play with at least one friend. Having one person be at the check-in and another's be at the nursery is much faster than solo. Third tip, don't waste your coins on the paramedic and security classes. They are quite useless in the long run. Instead, save up for secretary or doctor. Secretary is actually a little bit more valuable, but doctor can have more uses. But at the moment, surgeon is easily the best class, just being a better doctor. Fourth tip, don't waste any Robux on items or skipping time. They aren't worth the money. Same can be said about classes, but if you must waste Robux on one, pick the head nurse, as secret agent is just mid. Fifth tip is that you can quite literally lock a room forever. All you gotta do is grab the taser and tase the animal that was sitting in the lobby. Said animal will never ever leave that spot until you make it do so. I recommend only doing this once room 6, 8, and 7 are open because they take longer than the others. After you bring the patient to their room, all you gotta do is not ever cure them. The shifts will still continue, as the game doesn't think that that patient is even there, making that room impossible to be assessed by other patients. My 6th tip is watch my other videos on this game that may appear in the future. These may include better explanation on things such as items and classes. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to